We are not simply witnessing the return of Catholicism. We are witnessing the return of public conversion as a technology of legitimacy. In a culture where the distinction between authenticity, performance, and marketing has ceased to function, Catholicism isn't coming back merely as faith, it's coming back as a sacred interface, a visible, ritualized, dense form of producing authority, identity, and narrative amid algorithmic chaos. The question is no longer does he really believe it? The question is what kind of reality does the public gesture of believing produce? The new visibility of Catholicism should not be understood merely as a return of faith nor neo-reactionary LARPing. It is a form of symbolic stabilization within what I have called entropic modernity, a moment in which the public sphere produces so much noise, so much fragmentation, and so much indistinction between signal and performance, where everything can be irony, marketing, trauma, faith, aesthetics, or performance all at once. Ritual reappears here as a technology of order. Today, sincerity appears socially only when it takes on a legible, shareable, and capable of being spectacularized. Here, a word borrowed from American professional wrestling is useful, I think. Kayfabe. Kayfabe does not mean lie. It is the pact by which a fiction is publicly sustained as if it were real. The audience knows there is a script, a character, a constructed antagonism between characters, and yet they believe emotionally. It is the tacit agreement by which a representation produces real consequences. Today, on the internet, something even stranger is at work, something that we could call post-kayfabe. The audience knows there is a performance, the performer knows the audience is aware, and yet it works. It works precisely because everyone is on that ambiguity. An influencer can cry on camera and be doing a personal kind of branding, but they may be also suffering at the same time. A convert can be undergoing a real transformation and at the same time occupy a profitable position in the cultural marketplace. A ritual can be faith and can be content at the same time. A meme can be a joke and a political program. This is why modernity inherits a Protestant suspicion. But does he really believe it? Is it authentic? Catholicism, by contrast, has a different relationship with form. The rite is not simply the exterior decoration of a private belief. The rite produces subject and repetition produces faith. And this is why Honor Levy line is so important here. You just do the rituals and then it becomes real. It describes the shift from the Protestant regime of authenticity to the post-kayfabe regime of the rite. And there is something murkier still. A certain conversion of the moment consists, quite simply, in the monetization of the collapse narrative, turning one's own exhaustion into content. All of this sold as some sort of spiritual courage, which in fact what it is intellectual surrender, the incapacity to think without a guarantor, without a final tribunal, without a symbolic father, all dressed up as depth. This are not heroic converts, they are subjects defeated by exposure to the elements who transform their capitulation before contingency into a brand. The problem is that these forces understand that an exhausted youth full of precarity, saturated with noise, is captured by offering it guilt, destiny, and belonging. The pertinent question is no longer whether the conversion is sincere, but what social order becomes desirable when conversion becomes a spectacle.